You know that feeling when time just stops? That split second where you realize everything, absolutely everything, could change? Well, today we're diving into a story that lives right in that terrifying moment. It's called 1 Inch from the Graveyard.
Yeah. For a split second, I felt my breath stop. That single line is the core of this whole thing. It's that one frozen moment where the entire world is just balancing on a knife's edge. So let's unpack it. What exactly led to this terrifying instant? All right, so to really get that feeling, that held breath, we have to rewind. We need to go back to where it all started. Our story begins on a place called, fittingly enough, the Cemetery Road. And yeah, it feels like a scene that was just set up for fate to play its hand.
And this isn't some vague memory. We have a precise timestamp, 4:10 p.m., December 8th, 2025. So right away, you know this isn't just a story someone made up. It's a very specific, very real moment.
The way the source describes it, wow, it paints such a vivid picture. Imagine this. You're on this infamous, winding road right next to a cemetery. You can almost feel it, right? That heavy air, the long shadows. The whole place just feels charged. Now, the danger here, it doesn't come from just one thing. It's not as simple as someone going too fast. No, it's about a very precise and super precarious alignment of vehicles. The source calls it a triangle of steel. Let's take a look at the actual geometry of what's happening. So before anything even goes wrong, the road itself is basically screaming warnings. You've got these two bright yellow signs, almost like silent prophets, telling you exactly what's coming. A sharp right-hand curve, and then a twisting, unpredictable road. The warnings are all there. And that's really the message of those signs, isn't it? They're not just suggestions. They're basically a reminder of the laws of physics. They're saying, hey, what lies ahead does not forgive mistakes. On a road like this one, there's just no room for error. Period. Okay, so let's picture the setup. For a minute, it's almost eerie. The narrator's car is at the bottom point of this kind of inverted triangle. Up on the top right, there's a big Mahindra Scorpio, and between them, just this tiny sliver of space on a curving road. You can feel the tension already, can't you? And right into that fragile, super high-stakes situation, a third player enters the game. And this is the moment everything changes. It's the climax, a single, unbelievably reckless act. Out of nowhere, an auto rickshaw just lunges into that tiny gap, and you notice something painted on its side. A name, Toth Wamasi. Now, remember that name. We are definitely coming back to it because the irony is, well, it's chilling. So how close are we talking? 1 inch. That's it. 1 inch from the narrator's right mirror. I mean, that's like the width of your thumb. One tiny little vibration away from a total disaster. And on the other side, it's not much better. Just 1 foot between the auto rickshaw and the blind side of that huge Scorpio. It's an impossibly small gap to try and shoot through at speed. Look, this was way more than just speeding. This was threading a needle between two cars on a curve that's banking outward, where gravity is literally trying to pull you off the road. The source puts it perfectly. They were a single pebble away from disaster. And you can just imagine the driver's reaction, right? My pupils dilated, my palms froze on the wheel. This isn't some movie stunt. This is a real person watching a potential catastrophe happen inches from their face. It's just a pure physical shock to the system. So the auto rickshaw zooms off. And as that initial shock starts to fade, it's replaced by this really deep kind of haunting thought. And it's all about that name painted on the side. This is where the story pivots from just a near miss to something much deeper. So what is Thathwamasi? Well, it's a Sanskrit phrase. It means, thou art that. It's this incredible philosophical idea that we are all connected, that the individual self is actually part of a bigger universal reality. It's all about oneness, about unity. And there it is, the chilling paradox. Here you have a vehicle with this message of universal unity, performing an act of pure, reckless individualism that puts everyone else on that road in danger. So it makes you wonder, right? Is this just a reminder of our unity? Or is it a terrifying paradox on a shared narrow road? This whole experience, it leaves our narrator with more than just a pounding heart. It gives them this hard-won wisdom, a kind of survivor's code, if you will, a new way of looking at how we all navigate this world of shared risks. And this is really the lesson learned, the core of it all. See, road safety is so much more than just discipline or following the rules. First, it's about survival, plain and simple. Second, it's about having a real respect for physics. And third, maybe most important, it's about shared responsibility. It's realizing your life is tied to the choices of complete strangers. Which leaves us with this final, powerful thought. Because sometimes, all that separates you from the graveyard is 1 inch in a stranger's sanity. I mean, wow, that just perfectly captures how fragile it all is, doesn't it? The safety we just assume we have, so often it's not even in our own hands. It's in the hands of a stranger, just inches away.